Coming up next, exciting topic, something I've never done before, and this was actually on the suggestion of one of the co-owners here at Osme, Bhavika, and this is my top 5 what would be considered feminine fragrances that are just as good for men or just as wearable for men, because as we all know, all perfume is really unisex anyways. It's just how you wear it and the attitude you bring to it. But anyways, I wanted to give you 5 that maybe you didn't think about, and I'm telling you guys out there, you should try it and see how it works in your skin. So coming up next, stay tuned. Welcome back everybody to JoelTheNose, and here I am at Osme Perfumery, of course, in beautiful Wynwood section of Miami. Gonna do, as I mentioned at the introduction, a different video, something I've never done before in over 2.5 years of doing these videos almost every day. And that is my top 5, quote, feminine perfumes that work just as well, yeah, you heard me, just as well for dudes, for guys. Try them. I'm telling you, try them. Let's go right into this. All right, honorable mention's gonna be, because it gets mentions all the time and it's actually too easy, so that's why I put it in honorable mention, and of course is Herba Pura, also known as Herba Crack. It's so addictive, people come in, they buy it, it flies off the shelves, it's always hard to keep in stock, it's that popular, but it's that fruity, just that super fruity kind of just delicious, juicy, watery vibe that there's no doubt women come in and ask for it all the time, but then when men who are kind of with their women or men on their own smell it, they love it just as much every single time. So if you like, of course, search off, you know, one of the best brands out there, and you haven't tried Herba Pura, you're probably hiding under a rock, because anyone watching my video for the most part are big fragrance fans and already know about this, but had to mention it. All right, coming in then, number 5. And this is from the House of Versailles. This is Rosa Sacra. Rosa Sacra, probably one of the maybe lesser known fragrances of the 5 that I have here, but doesn't make it any less immaculate, amazing. This is a fragrance that it's got multiple roses. It's got Turkish rose, but it's also got what I like about this and why I love, it's so fresh. It's not a feminine rose to me. This is a very just beautiful, sexy, delicious, full red, ripe, but you know, in bloom rose, but it's got a note of Palo Santo. If you don't know what Palo Santo is, look it up. This is basically a scent or a smell that's used a lot in South America, all throughout South America. Shamans use it in ceremonies and rituals to kind of cleanse the aura of a building. I actually have some Palo Santo room spray. It's supposedly good for whatever you want to believe, you know, in just kind of clearing out the aura and cleansing it. This has Palo Santo in it. So I love when kind of fragrances mix that almost mystical element to it. And I wear this one quite a bit. Beautiful fragrance, number 5. Number 4. Number 4, and I'll make sure I have these in the right order, is, I talked about this one the other day, Psychedelic Love from Initio. Another wonderful fragrance that typically is mostly associated with women. Again, a rose fragrance. A lot of these you'll see are fragrances that have rose. A lot of female fragrances tend to have rose. I think that's one of the misconceptions, is that men shy away from rose because they associate female or feminine fragrances with rose. I love rose. And I think if you love fragrances, you have to love rose because it's one of the timeless fragrance materials. So you gotta open up your mind if you're afraid of rose. But this again is a beautiful rose, but it also has a really just classic myrrh in the kind of middle to dry down that just is oozes classic French perfumery along with a patchouli base. And one thing to think about, guys, almost all fragrances, no matter what they are, whether they lean feminine or masculine, have a similar base. because the base notes a lot of times are going to be more woodsy, patchouli, vetiver, cedar, vanilla, musk. That's pretty common in almost all fragrances. So you gotta, realize that a lot of the fragrances pretty much make up a lot of the same components. Maybe some people are scared of what they consider rose or other feminine elements, but try it. All right, number 3. This is gonna be an interesting one for some of you. And this is the latest from Perfumes de Marly. This is Orianna. Orianna, I know, the bottle, right? The bottle, you don't get much more feminine looking than this bottle. It's like super pink, like more pink than my shirt. And by the way, I think my shirt is like right on point for today's topic, right? This is, yes, it's super pink, but don't let that fool you. Yes, is it a wonderful fragrance for women? But I'm telling you, I've got a story. Maurice sent this to some of his clients who are regulars who order a lot of things. They order almost every new fragrance that comes in. And they heard about this when it was coming out and like, oh man, yeah, no way I'd wear that, right? It's feminine. He put a couple sample decants and gave it to him when they came in here to purchase. And he didn't tell him, he just said, hey, try this out. It's a new fragrance that's coming out. I think all 3 of them that he did this with, who said that they wouldn't wear it, all came back asking him, what was that sample you put in my bag? It was amazing, I want to buy it. And then he told him it was Orianna, so the joke was on them. But as you can see, again, this is a fragrance, it's got grapefruit, it's got raspberry, and it's also got this beautiful marshmallow, yes, marshmallow accord along with this kind of like ambrette accord, which by the way, Perfumes de Marly paid Firmenich, who is the, of course, the fragrance company that sells the materials, the rights to, I believe, 10 years, the exclusive rights to that secret note that they have in there regarding that marshmallow ambrette note. And no other company or fragrance company can use that note for 10 years. Very rare. Very rare. That almost never happens in the perfume industry. So that's how big they're betting on this fragrance. All right, let's go to number 2. And this is actually one of the newest fragrances from Montal. Cool name, I love it. Crazy in Love. Crazy in Love. Feel like Beyonce here. Again, pink bottle. So a lot of guys right off the bat are like, I would never wear this. It's it's too feminine, it's too girly. But I'm telling you right now, I have worn this just on my skin now a few times. And of course, what are you gonna find in here? You're gonna find rose as usual for a feminine fragrance, but you're also gonna find a really cool note or accord of brown sugar that you get right from the beginning. It's almost like a caramelized brown sugar. It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit toasty. It's just edible. This is, to me, almost like a gourmand fragrance. I love brown sugar. I love toasted brown sugar. I love caramelized brown sugar. That's what this reminds me of. And it also has a nice base note of amber, which is one of my favorite fragrance notes. So again, women, beautiful for you, but you know what, guys? Try this one out. Wonderful fragrance, Montal, great French niche house. And that leads my number 1. Gonna do a little hiding here, sneak up on you. What is number 1? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you guess it? Any guesses? Quick, put down the comments below. What do you think this is? Here it is. Bum, bum, bum. Fig tea. Fig tea from Nicolai Parfums. This is just a beautiful kind of floral fruit fragrance. It has osmanthus, it has jasmine. It's got the mate tea, which mate, again, is a tea that's drank predominantly in South America, specifically Argentina. It's a very green, dark tea. And then you have this beautiful, of course, fig note. So you have a combination of fig and tea. Fig fragrances, I love them. I love tea fragrances. This, again, very popular with women who come in here and buy this, but I wear this one on my skin quite frequently. Very refreshing, great pick-me-up. Just juicy, enlivening, just energetic. I feel like I could do some running in place and maybe some jumping jacks now. All right, so there you have it, my top 5 feminine fragrances that men not only could wear, but should wear. Try it. You will not be disappointed. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video useful, please subscribe because I really appreciate the support. And of course, I can always use it. And if you like the video, you can like it. And if you do subscribe, make sure to ring the bell for notifications so you know when I get, or when I put out new videos and new content for you. This is Joel the Nose. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Peace and love.